and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly horoscope. My name is Terence Gardino. On Monday, December the 19th, communication Mercury turns retrograde until January the 8th. I'm sure you've heard the mantra, if something is going to go wrong, it probably will. It's not a good time to sign contracts, to make travel plans, to make commitments, because Mercury is the planet of information. And when it's retrograde, you may not have all the information to make the best decisions. Do expect the unexpected. Your schedule could be changing, certainly during this holiday season when a lot of people are traveling. You want to give it plenty of time. And with Mercury in retrograde, of course, misunderstandings, miscommunications, a difficult time during this holiday season. But with Mercury in retrograde, it's very favorable to reflect on where you've been over the coming months and where you might be going into the new year. Mercury in retrograde is a time of reassessing, reevaluating, re-editing. Now, on Monday, as Mercury turns retrograde, and one other thing about Mercury turning retrograde, all of these snafus, delays, frustrations, things going wrong, you will tend to see that happening more around the day or two when Mercury is changing directions. So this Sunday the 18th, Monday the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, that's when there's a tendency for the average situation to have more of these mishaps. And then as Mercury is moving backwards through the middle of its cycle, often things seems to be on the regular routine. Then around the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, it turns direct on January the 8th. Then again, with this shift of energies, could then bring in more of these mishaps and misunderstandings. But also on Monday, January the 19th, ambitious Mars enters the sign of Pisces through the end of January for the first time in 2 years. Now, in the positive, this Mars is all this goal-oriented, high energy, assertive energy in the sign of Pisces. Pisces can be this compassion. This would be where you're more motivated for charity, for helping those less needy, for making a difference in the world. But this can also be a time, if you're more materialistic, more goal-oriented, that as you're trying to push through any of your to achieve any goals with Mars in Pisces, Mars doesn't do well in Pisces because Mars is a fiery energy and Pisces is watery. And so it can, so all that aggression and ambition can feel like it's drowning, it's being dampened. So you want to take your time. But as you're adjusting to this Mars in Pisces, it's also when Mercury is retrograde for those first couple of weeks. And again, you may have to stop, rethink, readjust. On Wednesday if you are living north of the equator, it's the first day of winter. And it's called the winter solstice. Now, what's really important about the winter solstice is that since the autumn equinox around September the 21st, the days were getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And then on the 21st of December, here you're having the shortest daylight of the year. Think of the light as the consciousness and the dark as being in the dark, in the unconscious, in the shadow. But the day after the 21st, there is about 4 minutes, approximately 4 minutes of more light. And the day after that, there's about 4 more minutes. And over those next several months, we're coming out of this darker, this transformational energy, and starting to seek a new birth, coming out of the shadows and striving for the springtime until the summertime. Now on Saturday, on Christmas Eve, Saturn, traditional hardworking focused Saturn, is going to be in the best alignment with innovative, liberating Uranus. Actually, it peaks on Saturday, but this whole week before, the week after, so this basically the last 2 weeks of December, you're going to be, the whole world is feeling this energy. Saturn is the traditional, the establishment, but it's in harmony with the innovative, with the progressive. And this is a very favorable energy for, in business, to be open to thinking out of the box, learning new techniques, trying new things without throwing the baby out with the bathwater, without having to blow things up and start all over, but to make a lot of positive changes from within. And there's a lot of balance between the old of Saturn and the new of Uranus. But again, Mercury is retrograde. So it might be that this whole week coming up here in the next couple of weeks, with the Saturn to Uranus, you could be thinking about innovation, trying new things, learning new job skills, moving into some new uncharted territories with your business, with your life. But with the Mercury in retrograde, it could be best not to be making some major decisions, but to be thinking about it, doing your research, sitting on it, sleeping on it, and making these more important decisions after January the 8th. On Sunday, Christmas Day, this is a beautiful day, whether you're Christian or not, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, because Venus, the planet of love, of harmony, Venus is pleasure seeking and social. It's going to be in harmony with generous, optimistic, expansive Jupiter. It's also going to be a harmony with innovative, outgoing Uranus, very friendly Uranus. Uranus rules over friendships and group activities. And the Venus is also in the same favorable aspect with Saturn, keeping it all traditional, real, focused. So to have Venus on Christmas Day in such great aspect to these outer planets overall for the world, and it's a Sunday, and it could be a time, certainly a beautiful time of coming together and celebration. Before I sign off, I want to remind you again that I'm available for a one-question offer for a nominal fee at the Astrology Answers website, but you can find a direct link to get to me, to order the question directly with me, in the description box under the video of the YouTube channel. And again, I keep reminding you, the time of birth is so important. Even if you just know that it's around lunchtime or dinner time, and put the time of birth and your birth information again in the message to make sure that I have it correct. Because some of you are leaving out the state or the country. So I got to research where the city is. So if you put it in the message, I'll have the correct, accurate information for you. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you tune in next week for my next segment. Until then, have a great week.